Hi guys, today we're going to go through the social cognitive theory, which is a framework we use within Unit 2 to help us understand issues within body image. So the social cognitive theory has three aspects. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a triangle. The first aspect that we have is personal factors. Now, the second aspect we have is behaviour. And the third is in the environment. Now, this framework is all about the interaction of an individual and their environment. Okay, so the individual and their environment, and I'll explain this arrow in a second, but also the individual, their behaviour, and then how that behaviour can impact the environment and vice versa. So as an example, within body image, if someone's in the environment, they're in a peer environment where it's negative towards body image, so let's say, for example, social media, and they're finding themselves in a negative social media environment, constant Instagram or TikTok, and they're seeing an ideal body shape, that's going to change their personal factors. So that might go up and then impact on their personal factors. If that's changing their personal factors and how they feel about themselves, that's then going to impact and change their behaviour. And it might impact how their behaviour changes with what they're wearing, what they're eating, how they present themselves. We then might have a behavioural factor that might be impacting personal. So an example of that could be counting calories or counting food. So I'm just going to write counting food. So if I'm counting food as my behaviour, okay, that might then have an impact on my environment. If I'm doing that at school, that might then be changing my environment at school and impacting my peers in that setting. Therefore, if I'm then changing my peers in that setting, I then might be having an impact on their personal factors. So then you can see we have a relationship between behaviour, the environment, and then personal, and changing my beliefs surrounding food and what I should be looking like and how I should be eating. So that is one example of how the dynamic relationship between the social cognitive theory works in terms of body image.